going on? I'm Eric McCabe with Dynamic Discs, and today I'm going to show you what's in my Japan Open bag. Japan Open is just about 2 weeks away right now, and we've got some really good plastic in what we call the air plastic from Latitude 64, Dynamic Discs, and Westside Discs. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got in here. First off, this is one of the newer bags coming out here. It'll probably be a few months away still. This is just a prototype version that I'm going to be carrying. It is called the Ombre Gringo, is the color pattern. It's really nice plaid, and it's got some baby blue accents to it. The Dynamic Discs logo is baby blue with the zippers, and it's kind of like our charcoal bag, but it's got some pretty cool accents to it. So you can look forward to checking this bag out, probably not till late summer, early fall. Until then, check out some of our other really cool colors we've got. But let's go ahead and start with some drivers. I pretty much have just been using them this week, so everything is still somewhat new to me. But I've got a couple of every single disc in my bag. I've got the Air Halo right now. This disc it's fairly understable for me. I think I'm going to use it more for downwind, tailwind shots. Probably won't be throwing them into too many headwinds, as it flipped over a little bit more than I wanted yesterday when I was out practicing with them. But super distance, downwind, tailwind for the Air Halo. Next is a brand new disc that we didn't even know we had until we found them in a box. Pretty cool, the Air Havoc. The Havoc is one of my main distance drivers in the normal weight, and this is really no exception. It's a little understable, but man, you can pop it out with a little bit of a hyzer, and it just goes. It just flips and rides, and it came back every time I threw it last night. And I'm very excited to get this thing over in Japan and see how it flies there. I know I've heard, I've never been to Japan, but I have heard that it's at elevation, which means everything's a little bit more overstable anyway. So I'm really looking forward to getting over there and throwing these discs around up there. This is a 157 Air Havoc, and it's a super fast disc. It's just great. It's something I would recommend, even if you're a beginner starting out or you don't have a whole lot of arm speed. Pick up an Air Havoc or any of the airline discs, and they're really great. I can't say enough good things about them for beginners. Moving on to probably going to be one of my two go-to discs, the Giant, the Air Giant from Westside Discs. I got 3 of them in the bag right now, mainly because it's right now the most overstable disc that we offer, and it is, man, I was throwing them yesterday, and at first I was putting a lot of hyzer on them, thinking that they're not gonna be able to hold up, and it wasn't too windy yesterday, so it was nice to get out and actually throw them. But this is a 156 Air Giant, and I'll tell you what, this thing is not quite as overstable as just the max weight run, but man, it's nice and overstable. It holds a line. I can throw spike hyzers with them. Just pretty much great all-around disc. I can really rip into it, and if there's any wind out there, I can definitely trust the Air Giant. Probably going to be one of my go-tos. So the next go-to, as you can see, I carried 3 of those, therefore I carry 3 of these as well. It's the Air Trespass from Dynamic Discs. I got a couple of them from Denise, actually, that she was throwing for a while, and she's letting me take them over there. A couple first run stamps, and then just a regular stock stamp. This is going to be great distance. If there's any wind, I'll be able to throw them into a moderate headwind with some hyzer and let it flip. Great forehand disc. This is definitely going to be my go-to forehand disc while I'm in Japan. And I mean, it's a speed 12, glide 5, and it holds up really nice. It's almost as stable as the max weight ones. So Trespasses are a wonderful disc, and in the air is no exception. So check out the Lucid Air Trespass. Moving on to fairway drivers. This one here is the Air Escape. It's a little understable, but it's got nice dome to it, and I can throw it out there with a nice hyzer and let it pop up and just fly straight. The regular run, the max weight version of the Escape is one of my favorite straight flying fairway drivers, and the Air is going to be definitely my straight flyer up there. The thing to remember when throwing the Air plastic is you don't want to put your full snap, your full rip into it, because more than likely it's just going to turn over and turn into a roller, or just turn over and not fly any way that you wanted it to. Just remember a nice easy snap, and these things just go. I was very pleased with how the Air Escape was flying last night, and it's a 157 gram, so that's going to be a good one. My go-to fairway driver will be the Air Saint Pro. Carrying 2 of those. As you can see, I've been carrying pretty much 2 of everything. These things are great. I was throwing them actually nice and flat, and they were flying super straight and then tailing off at the very end. It flew almost like the regular Goldline Saint Pros. Just a great all-around disc. Going to be probably from 290, 300 to 360, 375 foot range disc. Probably be throwing them on most approaches. That's going to probably be one of the harder things for me out there, is the approaches, because I don't really have a whole lot of the putters that I can trust throwing them on approaches. So I'll be probably throwing the Saint Pro quite a bit out there on approaches. Or this next disc, the Air Truth, which is a pretty cool disc. We first got them in, I went out and tested them out in the field, and they were pretty flippy, but I wasn't exactly throwing them the way I probably should have been. I was throwing them basically like they were my max weight Lucids, and that's really not how you want to throw these if you're have pretty good arm speed. You want to just give it a nice 75% toss with some hyzer on it, and just let them flip up nice, and they fly so straight, and then they just tail off. I've noticed they don't have quite the distance as my Lucid ones do, but they definitely could. I mean, it's probably because they're just a little bit slower being light, but it's definitely predictable, and I was very happy with the flight of the Air Truth. So this will be my go-to mid-range out there. And then putters. It's funny because in my head I was thinking putting is going to be the hardest thing out there with a 155 gram putter when I'm used to throwing a 175, 176. So I was thinking, putting's going to be hard, and it really surprised me that the putting was easy. They have so much glide out there. You don't have to throw them super hard, and if you're missing low, maybe you should try grabbing a lighter weight putter. But right now I'm using the Mercies, and I had, thankfully, Tomas bring me a couple these lighter weight Mercies. This is a 156 gram Mercy, and it's great. Flies exactly like my regular run Mercies do as far as putting goes, and I can just barely toss it and it just glides. I mean, I was really surprised on even 80 to 90 foot putts how much glide it actually had, and it actually carried all the way to the basket. So this is going to be my normal putter, the Mercy, and then I also have a 156 gram blend judge, I guess you could call it, or soft judge. I'm not sure exactly. It's just 150, so it really doesn't have a plastic name to it, so to speak. But it's going to be my overstable headwind putter, and shorter approaches if I only have a couple 100 feet left or something like that, and it's not too windy, I'll be throwing the judge. That's pretty much it right now. I know Tomas is actually going to be bringing me a Triple X, a Cenis for approaches, and a Lucid Air Enforcer, which I'm super excited and cannot wait to throw, because it's been one of my go-to discs here lately, and I really feel a lighter one. I'll be able to really put a lot of power behind it like my normal drive, because it's such an overstable disc that it's going to come back and it's going to be just a great flyer over there all around. And yeah, that's pretty much my Japan Open bag. I'm pretty thrilled to get over there and play and represent Dynamic Discs, and yeah, we'll see you there.